All right, everyone. Long-awaited moment. Come on into the room. Hope everyone is doing well. All those wonderful, though. Y'all come right on in here. Listen, all right? There's some things that I want to talk about on tonight. Glad you all are here. Come on in. You know how we do. Hit the lightning bolts. Let me know that you're present. Okay, we've got some things to talk about on this evening. We really do. Okay, that's a light from heaven. Turn on the lights from heaven, Lord. I don't think it needs to be quite so bright. Let's make a little bit of an adjustment here. All right. Lovely seeing everyone. I hope everyone is doing amazingly well. I am here and ready to have some conversations on tonight. Go ahead and check in with me. As I said before, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I definitely want to take some time this evening and address some things that have been getting on all of our nerves, all right? And we're here to talk about some issues. And I wanted to bring up G-status ATL. So as I said before, I wanted to just kind of open up very quickly by saying this, that I know that you all were getting on me. And everyone was like, Auntie, we've been waiting on you to say something. And how dare you? You ain't said nothing yet about it. Did you watch it yet? And I'm going to be honest with you. Auntie had to take care of some business. Because again, thank you so much. Love yourself. I appreciate that, baby. You have to understand my position. All right. So I'm not everyone's shit. I'm becoming everybody's shit fixer, but I'm only the official shit fixer for chasing official address to fix the nation. Come on now. To basically chasing reality. So I wanted to make sure that I had all of my ducks in a row. This is another thing I need you young people to understand. I love watching your live videos. You keep it real. Thank you. Aunties, come on, grown. Come on, Hope. Listen, that means a lot. That's my niece, Hope. All right, so Hope is seen from the beginning. So if Hope says Auntie's looking grown, that means I'm grown. How are you, baby? Listen, there's some things I want to talk about on tonight that I want to bring up. I definitely want to talk about chasing. I'm sorry, G-status ATL. Sorry, see what I mean? G-status ATL. But as I said before, just to make sure that you all understand, come on now, you people understand it. I know everybody was asking me. They were like, come on with it. You got to make sure the home is taken care of first. And so I took care of all the proper channels and made sure that, with my family at Chasing Reality, that there was an understanding that, I can offer commentary on any show. It's just what I do. All right. But as far as how to go about this, because it's a different show that's very close to, the work that I do with Chasing Reality. So I just want to make sure everything was all right. OK, so anyway, so let's get into it. I want to say that, and I'm waiting on Auntie for President. I'm waiting on a special guest that hopefully will join us on tonight. The person said that they would, and so I'm hoping that happens. But I want to make sure that I at least go ahead and cover the preliminaries of this first. So without further ado, if you do not know me and you're clicking on this because you saw my post today or somebody said, hey, you may want to watch this on tonight, my name is imanivanzap, and I'm here to help you your shit. All right. We stand a professional. I like that. That deserves a fan pop. All right. Now listen. Listen. I see my babies from Chasing Reality. Some of them are in the house. How are all of you? I'm so glad to see you. Every fandom has their own. Thank you so much, baby. Every fandom has their own. My favorite porn star actress is you. My Lord. Who? Me? Every fandom has their sign. And so when you show up here, we do the lightning bolts for Van Zap. All right. So that's what helps us here. Let's get into this before you start cussing me out. So, all right. We have been here getting well acquainted, all right, with the G-status ATL situation over there. And I just want to, when I say things here, all right, now let me, you know how we do here. We got to turn on the jazz. This is when you come here, the young people come to me. Listen, come on now. The young people come to me and they want to hear what I have to say, and I'm gonna give you love, and I'm gonna give it to you straight. All right, hold on one second. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. One moment. Let me just kind of get into position so that we can talk about this. Okay, so listen, I've been watching G-status ATL, and the things that I'm going to share with you are coming from my perspective as a viewer. Okay, as I do with anything that I do. My perspective as a viewer, all right? And I'm just going to give a blanketed statement first, and then we can get into it. And again, I'd invite anyone to come on here and talk to me about it. I think that in a culture of cancel culture like we have now, that it is really easy to throw people away when they do things that we do not like. And I understand it. I totally get it. All right. I get why we want to be upset. I get why we want to, get rid of people and throw them off the planet. I believe that there are people that should be thrown off the planet. Let's keep it real. But I've been watching G Status ATL, and I'm going to start off. I'm just going to tell you what I feel. We can hash all the other stuff out later, but I'm going to say what I believe. All right. Now, not having a dog in the fight, I still can be fair. I still can be very unbiased about this. And I'm going to be honest. All right. So here we are. When it comes to, I'm only going to make this comparison once, and then after that, I'm not going to do it. So I've got to say this because people that are here are fans of both shows. When it comes to Chasing Reality, I think that they could be some of the shadiest people in the world. That's what reality TV is, right? It's looking at shady people do shady shit. All right. So I think that when it comes to, the franchise that I work for, Chasing Reality, they're very shady people. That have talent, they have, things to offer, but at the end of the day, you need to be able to give a good read. All right, and shade is required to do that. Now, when it comes to the G Status people, I've got to be honest about how I feel. They are some of the nastiest people that I've ever seen. All right, very talented, very fashionable, beautiful gals. All right, very, very amazing people in terms of the hoopla that makes. Thank you so much, baby. The hoopla that makes one who they are. Who is it? Charlie, who I want to also talk about on tonight. How Charlie, showed up with the football shoulders and like chandeliers falling from them. So I get it. But I will say that they are probably some of the nastiest people I've ever seen. And I'm going to say why. The reason why I feel that is one thing to, chop somebody else up real quick, and have a tit for tat, you said this, I said that sort of deal. I get that. I think that's cool. On this show, what I've seen that really kind of gets to me is they aim to honestly stab each other to death, if you will, with their words. I've never seen a group of people that have taken pride in saying the ugliest thing that let me bypass all basic forms of shade and literally cut you in your soul. I will use your pain against you. I will use your past against you. I will use your current plight against you. I will do anything that I have to do to get these numbers. That is my perspective as a general observation of this particular franchise. Now, again, as I said, that is not that too. And I'm going to try to hit a lot of things here. I've never seen people attack sexuality. And this is within the community. These are gay people, trans people within the community. And again, the franchise is in Atlanta. So, I mean, I've seen everything that you can see here. But honestly, I've never seen anything like this in my life. It has honestly hurt me to watch some of these episodes. I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at these young people and I'm looking at everyone literally doing everything they can to get their numbers up. I'm looking at the confessionals and I'm looking at just how nasty can I be? How many things can I say? How much footage can I give you of just me just being horrible? And again, as I said before, what is ironic is that there are a lot of, look at the irony of that. There are a lot of people that are on the show that are chasing things. There are people that are on there. They're going after their fashion. They're going after their music. They're going after their independent businesses. So I could not be more proud to see people that are honestly pursuing their crafts and their desires. With that, I cannot believe how nasty they are. I honestly can't believe it. So I just want to stay on a particular, set of episodes here, and in particular, the one that we just saw, which is episode 5, part 2. And there were 3 people that I wanted to talk about, so I will address them in such order. Okay. So to start, we definitely have. Hold on, I wrote everyone's name. Oh well, Charlie. No, I'm not going to start with Charlie. We're going to start, well, maybe I should start with, I don't even know. That's how bad it is, okay? When it comes down to self-conduct, you have, again, Charlie. Talented, talented person, in this particular instance, that actually told a trans woman to cut your stuff off. And why? Understand, like, why? I don't, is it that, are ratings that serious? Is being relevant, is being the baddest bitch in the room that serious? It was one of the most heinous, ugly things I've ever seen anyone say to another person that is supposed to understand the plight of that other person. Why, when I'm angry, that is what has to be the decision? That I tear you apart. God, what? Why? Is that the thing? All right? And then in reverse to that, after he says this, and mind you, this is everybody's, you see people that's trying to shame, what's his name, Brandon K, because he, whatever work he may or may not have done in his past, the fact that he's a server at California Pizza Kitchen, people that are trying to shade his line of work for what he's doing to try to put food on the table, and then when they're called out about it, then no one wants to own up to it. Well, we didn't want to say, and we weren't even saying that. We were just saying we needed a reference point. And so the only reason that we brought up a California Pizza Kitchen is because it was a reference point. Because we needed to know which Brandon we were. We know a lot of Brandons. And that's why we had to do, don't play games with me. Don't play in my face. Don't play in my face. All right? Don't play in my face. All right? You literally were making a point to say, and he served me. He gave me water. He brought my food to me. That's the only reason I know that girl is because you served me, darling. You're making fun of the fact that somebody else is at the point lower on the economic totem pole than yourself. Again, nasty. Has nothing to do with, I don't know, maybe that's what G status is in ATL. I didn't know it. But maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. But anyway, so you have him doing that, and he says that to, of course, Delicious, who in this particular set of episodes was disgusting. All right? Her reply that she didn't even say, that this is the catch it. The thing that she said that was in her heart, all right? I'm sorry. Even when you pull out an insult, you're pulling out an insult from somewhere. We don't just pull out insults because it's Tuesday, all right? We pull out insults because something in us knows that I can use this as some leverage over you. Let's be very honest. Okay? That's where this comes from. So then for her to then reply, that he makes fun of the stuff, and then for her to say about a day or so later, you don't want to fool with me, I know people that can lynch you. You what? You lynch? In the day of Rashard Brooks. Lynch? In the day of George Floyd. Lynch? In the day of Black Lives Matter literally being painted on innumerable streets in America because of the injustices going on. Lynch? You said the word lynched? Seriously? And then last but not least, you have Sir Akeem, who, oldest person on the cast. So you are an elder. All right, like Akeem, as I said in my last one, Akeem, listen, come on. You should know better than all of this. Make sure I'm caught up here. Come on. Are you serious? And that Akeem was the one that actually assaulted in a day of trans murders. In a day of us finally getting an understanding that it is cis-het men, typically, who are abusing, beating, and murdering our beautiful trans sisters. And you from within the community choose to beat up someone trans, rip her hair off of her head, take her shoes away. How dare you? Are you serious? And it makes me ask questions. I've got to say what it is. I have to, first of all, look at all of the situations, all right? And be fair and understand that people, on these, let me be very honest. Okay, let's talk about this. When you have a lot to lose, you don't do shit like this. I don't care how many outfits you have. Understand. I don't care how many songs you've recorded. I don't care how many pictures you've taken. I don't care how many likes you've acquired. I don't care how many followers are at your beckoning call. Whenever you post something, they can't help but to put their emojis because they think that you're amazing. I can tell that this group of people that has nothing to lose. Nothing that any person from Charlie, and I'm just going to talk about the three of them, and I'm sure that a couple others will get sprinkled in here too, but we're going to stay right here, all right? From Charlie, who you're pursuing as an artist, fashion, I see it. As I said before, amazing person. I can look at your exterior and see it. Delicious, like I said before, working on a brand. Listen, before we get into chopping anybody and tearing them up, I just want to, let's stay right there, okay? Wonderful. Not really sure what you do. I don't know. And that's not shade. I don't know. All right. Now, my nephew, Eric, knows you. I do not. I invite any of them to come on the show and actually and stand up for yourself. Say what's going on. Tell us what's going on. But that's the thing. I don't think anybody had anything to lose. I'm looking at people literally throwing their lives away, not caring that the internet is forever. And then the other thing that is very ugly about this, and I've got to say this too, is what I'm not liking is watching people that are willing to chop and tear each other up, and then when you feel that you have a little bit of remorse, then you give an apology. I'm not here for the apologies. I think the one thing and again, I will build you up. All right, whoever it is, if you're watching this, I don't care if you're watching it now or if you're watching it in post. I'm going to build you up. But I've got to fix your shit so that you can become what? Stronger and better. But baby, we can't get there if I can't call out your shit. All right? I'm looking at a bunch of wannabes. I'm looking at a bunch of people that only desire to be on a major network. And now you have a platform that is working. But in order to try to get to where, this is why I'm saying that. It's not shade. All of these people, I believe, are really reaching for something. But the level of mediocrity and hate has gotten so strong that the only way that people feel that they can make it is to kill one another. If you truly, I'm just being honest. If you really believed in your craft, I'm not saying that you don't get into it with people along the way, but you get into it with people along the way to where it makes sense. I can get into a full-fledged argument that is full of cuss words, full of shade, and God forbid, maybe a drink gets thrown, but it's going to be in relation to us advancing and going forward. I'm not going to use the very things that the world is using to tear us both apart, and I tear you apart with it. A lot of people don't like it when I say that a community needs to deal within itself. We have cute little phrases where we don't want to take accountability for the shit that we do. But we don't do that here. If we're going to get anywhere as a people, if we're really going to advance anywhere as a community, come on. If we're going to do that, we've got to stop with this treatment of each other. Gay men, trans women in particular, and straight black women, we need each other. I'm going to say it again. Gay men. And there's a spectrum. There's some letters I'm missing. We got a lot. All right, so give me some credit. From gay men to androgynous men. All right, I'm talking about the ones that get picked on. We don't gay straight men, not so much. So there's a certain sector that I'm talking to, primarily the people that occupy these castes. All right, gay men, and particularly those that are a little bit eccentric. All right. To the gender non-conforming androgynous ones, your B. Scotts, the Redrick represents this spectrum as well. To trans women of color and black straight women, we need each other. The dissension that goes on between us is just silly. The dissension that we have that goes on, it's awful. We need one another. We need one another. It's very important. We need that. And I've never seen a group of people that I've never seen the word tranny thrown around like it is on this show. I'm literally sitting there every time that someone says tranny. I said, call. What? Tranny? We're throwing that word out there like that? Faggot. We're just tossing that around. It's just out here now. We're just saying that word. Really? Nigga. Like we're just saying these words. And it's not, what's so sad about it, you all, like, no one is flinching. Everyone is completely okay with the usage of it. No one has any regard for what they're saying. I've never seen such ugliness. I've just never seen it. Why is it taking all this? Again, I'm all for shade. I'm all for get somebody told. I'm all for I need to confront you at your event. That's another thing I want to talk about too. We talked about this before. There are certain words that I no longer want you to use on some of these shows. This isn't just for vodka and cranberry. Catch up. This isn't just for the gay shows. This is even some straight ones. I'm tired of people using the word event. I'm sick of it. Baby, everything that you do is not an event. Let's be very, very clear. You going out to eat at Red Lobster and there's 4 of you or 5 of you, 6 of you there is not an event. It's not. There's no event. There's no red carpet. There are no photographers. There's not an event at all. Saying that we're going to get together at a barbecue because or whatever, you know, the rush hour fight scene that happened there at the Benihana, whatever thing. I want you all to network, so we're going to have an event because we're going to a restaurant. I'm going to need you all to really understand what events are. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. Stop using the word event. We're going to go out. Okay, we're going to hang out a little bit. Because see what happens is when you use certain words, it's an attempt to fool the audience to think that you have more going on in your lives than you do. Baby, I can plan an event. I can plan an event. You guys are just going out. And that's all we need to keep it at that. The other thing that I really want for these shows to stop doing is blaming production. That's the other excuse. Oh, well, I mean, everything would have been fine, but like production said that they needed, and then production was like, and then we had got a call from production and stop blaming Listen, we're going to learn on tonight. Stop blaming production for doing their jobs. I don't care if I'm talking right now to anybody on Chasing Dallas. I don't care if I'm talking to anybody on, G Status, ATL. I don't care if I'm talking to Karen Huger. I don't care if I'm talking to who are the people? Portia. I don't care who I'm talking to. Stop blaming production. If you're ever using it, quit blaming production because you have nothing else to offer. Quit blaming production when you are just a bitch. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop. You're boring, darling. Quit blaming production. Production's job, and this is for all of you that have, and see, the problem is, people sign up for reality, Nene Leakes. She's a good one. She's a real good one. Because the camera was you're just a bitch, and we're going to deal with that before we deal with anything else. People sign up for these reality TV shows, all right? They get on here, and they think that it's just going to make them. I'm going to get into a couple little arguments with people, and then everybody going to follow me and go to my page. That's not how it works. If you haven't followed me already on here, we have a very nice group of people that is here for the conversation, and I thank you. Make sure you follow me. All right, we do stuff like this all the time. I fix shit. A lot of people just want to go viral. I really want to help people. I have no problem calling you out because I want you to become what? Stronger and better. And we can't do that if we're not addressing your shit. If you're one of these people that's on one of these reality TV shows and then all of a sudden you start blaming production, production's job is to make a great show. That's what you signed up for. Any and all things in your life are fair fodder on these shows. It is what it is. Learn how to navigate. I've said it before. A lot of these people are going to get and I'm just saying what I know, all right? We know. A lot of people have gotten on these shows and they acted an ass. They got a lot of people that were following them and gassing them up, and they never made any provisions for what would happen after the show went off the air. Do you know how many reality TV people I see walking around Lenox Mall? Shows that have been canceled years ago. No one knows who you are. And not that you need to be famous, but what were you making? Everyone wants to get on the show so you can throw some champagne in someone's face. When the goal, darling, is to evolve on the show so that you own your own champagne company and let other bitches throw it on them. You gotta understand how this shit works. A lot of y'all don't know how this shit works. After you're done, and then, such as what's happened with these situations here, all right? You get into, everyone is reaching, as I said before, everyone is reaching to the lowest part of themselves. Everyone is reaching into the gutter to do things. Not understanding, baby, that's going to affect your brand. I understand that you want to get her told. I get it. Because when you have these events everybody shows up to, you have these events everyone shows up to with their ego. Everyone is showing up ready to fight. I don't care what anyone says. You know, I tell the kids, I don't care what anyone says. Everyone shows up ready to fight. No one is showing up. What's sad about all this, no one is really showing up to get anything done. But then we want to act shocked when something pops off. Well, no one's ever showing up for anything positive. And then, if I'm keeping it very real, then some of the things that are said to be big events, you're having a release party for your song, but we don't get an audience shot. You're fabulous, and you got a release party going on, but I don't think I saw one audience shot. Nor did I really hear anybody engaged with what was being said over the microphone. So a lot of people that really just don't have shit going on. Okay, they put together something that's, it's not hard to put some of these things together. I'm just gonna listen. I'm years in the game. All right, so I dare anybody to argue this with me. It doesn't take much to do a lot of things that you see. The work is in the consistency of keeping that thing going, not just making one song and making one video and having a couple of outfits and you twerk a little bit. That's not a career. Off of a beat that you found from somebody and you just copy and pasted your vocal everywhere. That's not a career, darling. That doesn't make you an artist. That doesn't make you an artist. Can we just be honest? I'm not trying to be mean. Listen, I also do artist development. This isn't me being nasty. This is me telling you the truth. A lot of people that are saying that their artists do not have talent. I've seen some of them that do. I've seen some of them that do, and because I listen to what you do. I listen. But a lot of people that are claiming artistry simply do not have it. They do not. And so anyway, that you have that going on, and when you really don't have a lot going on, then, as I just said before, then you blame production. Now it's production. Well, production did this, production did that. You just got boring. You had nothing else to offer. They had to drum something up. You sure weren't bringing shit to the table. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand this getting on these shows. Brandon K. That's somebody who, and actually, I'm telling you exclusively here, I did speak with Brandon today, and Brandon said he wanted to actually come on the show on Friday. So he'll be with us on Friday evening. I'm glad for that. And what I can say in Brandon's direction, I don't believe that I'm going to research this to see if this is the truth. But with Brandon, I don't think that Brandon wanted to get into this. I don't think that he wanted to get into doing this. I do believe, I've seen Brandon in other things. I know that Brandon is actually an actor. But as many people, they think, okay, well, nothing else is panning out, so let me go ahead and get on, okay, well, I'll bite the bullet and go ahead and do reality TV. Again, I'm not blaming the reality TV industry. People just don't know how it works. And he's another one. So he gets into this thing and starts kind of, okay, let's see what's going on. And you're trying to play a professional role in a very, and I'm talking about the character of people, not because I think the show is edited beautifully, but the character of people is anything but professional. The character of people is airing out stuff and accusing each other of doing cocaine, accusing each other of being drug addicts. And even if some of the things are true, instead of being a helping hand, why not make that, we'll watch that too, baby. Anyone that really cared about Delicious or any of the other ones that they've just whimsically accused of being drug addicts? Why not let the drama be in the therapy, honey? Let that be where the drama is. Withdrawals. Seeing family fall apart. I watched an interview that Delicious did a year ago Completely different from who's on the show right now. Completely different. Completely different. I I don't think that Brandon wanted to get into this for that. And I've got to be honest with him, and I'm hoping to get the chance to ask him this on Friday. But I have feelings about him and how he walked away from the show. Listen, this industry is hard. Anybody that's thinking that you're just getting in this for a free ride and you're going to do a couple episodes and all right, no, that's not how this is. It's very hard. And one of the things that you can do is you can destroy your brand. You can damage your brand badly. I'm going to get into the apologies because that was another thing that kind of upset me or had me concerned. I'll say it that way. All right. Delicious made a comment about hanging someone that was very, we talked about the lynching. And the thing was that I watched the entire episode. All right. And Brandon was over. He was done. And I definitely want to ask him about that. I really, really do. But listen, my thing is this. You have these people that, what was I? I just lost my train of thought. Should have kept on going. What was I saying, y'all? Oh, it was a good one. It's right there on the tip of my, I can keep talking, it'll come back to me. But listen, I'm making my points, all right? Tyson. Wait a minute, hold on. No, yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. So basically, the people that are willing to destroy apologies, people that are willing to, thank you so much, Cool is Cool. People that are willing to destroy everything that they have, and then you want to come back with an apology. Thank you for reminding me. The apologies. So then the apologies, I'm sorry. I can't, it requires more. And that is what I want to offer, to people that want to come on the show. I believe a lot, what I don't think a lot of people understand, you're going to need redemptive interviews. That is part of my calling of why I'm here. All right? You're going to need redemptive interviews. Some of you that are on these shows and you say some slick shit and then it backfires, because a lot of people don't know what it feels like to really be dragged. Some people know what it's like to make a post and, a couple of people disagree with you or something like that. No. Delicious told Brandon that Charlie and our guy said he was a prostitute and homeless, and nobody said that. And that's what I'm talking about. It's just you gotta watch it. And that's the thing. The apology, we've seen those apologies before. I'm just being real. We've seen them before. How many people have we? How many politicians? How many owners of corporations? How many corporations have come forth and just, and now I realize the error of my ways and how bad and why I said what was bad. And the thing is like, listen, baby, everybody has the right to apologize. Everybody has the right to apologize. It's fine. Everyone has the right to apologize. However, you don't get to get away with the shit you did. That's what we got to start understanding. You don't get away. Thank you so much for the compliments. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know me already, I'm imanivanzap, professional shit fixer. Make sure you follow me for content such as this. Truly believe in helping people and helping you love and learn through laughter. Listen, when you get on these shows, you got to understand how you're tearing things up. People are not understanding what they're doing. They're not understanding the damage. And then you come up with an apology. Like, we don't believe apologies anymore, baby. We don't. We really don't believe in apologies anymore. You've got to come with more than that now. You have to come with conversation. We need to understand. For me, if someone apologizes, that is an acknowledgement of wrong. I need to have a conversation with you to make sure you gain an understanding. Did you get an understanding of what you did was wrong? That's what I want to talk about. That's the conversation. Because a lot of people that are apologizing, you're apologizing for damage control, baby. You're apologizing for damage control. You're not apologizing from your heart because you mean it real. And even if you really mean it in there, take the script away. I would rather have a blubbery, incoherent, almost groveling, very Oprah tears apology to be like, okay, now that was from the heart. Now I may not understood everything you said, and I'm sure it didn't come out as eloquently as you had planned, but that I can get with the sincerity like that. I can't get with the sincerity of just we're just gonna. I mean, there are a lot of criticisms that I have. Even and as I said before, I don't, I understand that shows have to get their content, but I'm saying this next statement on behalf of a lot of people that have been inboxing me all day and leaving comments on the announcement that I made earlier about coming out tonight. Listen, the show itself is in a bit of danger right now. I'm just being very honest. I don't know if there's anybody that's out there on the G Status staff, but I'm just letting you know. I'm one of those that, I keep my ear to the street. All right, I'm not saying anything to hurt anyone. I'm just giving it to you real. The actual show itself is in danger. The LGBT community itself is not real. The views may be there and all of that, but I'm seeing a very strong negative blowback from what was captured. Because it is looking as though, and I'm just keeping it real, even though we want to make sure that the content is engaging, that the content is exciting, that it's drama filled and power packed. It is looking as though the show is willing to show the ugliest parts of us to get the highest reward in viewership. Even though we know that every show is like that, there are certain things that can be done. Certain choices that can be made on what to air that actually have a little bit more of a negative impact. And what I've seen from these past couple of episodes with these past couple of episodes here, all right, is people that don't care. Like I said, people that are willing to say any and everything. Any and everything. And a show that's willing to put that out. This is looking really bad. Okay? Blame Ja. He's all... Oh, Lord. Let's see. The reflection of your intention in your heart will be the same. Lens, you speak... Hope I didn't mess nothing up. Y'all still there? I think I accidentally hit the comments. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right, everything. Okay, you guys are still here. Okay? Listen, I'm telling you, that's just what I feel from all of this. They need to fix their shit. I mean, it's just what I feel. Those are my thoughts. So I'm trying to read through the comments and see who's in here, what all you have to say. All right. I think they needed to show it. If they pretend like it was in the air, they would have been. Well, that's true. It's a hard place to be in. I'm not going to, you know what? You're right about that. Let me, I'm trying to hit all sides. That's a perspective. All right. It's a hard thing. Or I'm sorry, I'm out here. I'm just kind of touching the camera and I'm kind of trying to see what you all are saying. Change the behavior. Spoken apologies don't. I'm sorry. I like anything else, they could have cut that fight out. They need a full recast. See, that's what but it's one of those things that now, while I understand that, do you think the show could recover from the scandal? Yeah, I do. I believe that, and that's just, on period, as y'all say. I do believe that the show can recover from scandal. I believe that anyone can recover from scandal, but you got to do the work. And what needs to happen right now, these cast members need to go on the explanation tour right now and really explain why you did what you did. With Charlie, his explanation, I have friends that are trans. I'm not transphobic. I have friends that are trans. I got babies. Can I keep that real with you? That is the same thing as a white person that uses the N-word and says, but I have black friends. It doesn't mean that you don't have racist parts of you or parts in you where you push racism. So we can play all day, with this Charlie character, who I love them all. I have nothing against you. I'd love to speak to any last one of them. Let's fix the shit. All right. Like I said, I had a surprise for you on tonight, and I'm not seeing that person. And this would have been the platform to come to have the conversation. That's all I'm going to say. But you got Charlie saying that, and it's like, Charlie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie. That's just not how this works. You knew that. You knew you had transference before you said it. A lot of people need to stop acting like certain things are accidents. Certain things, they're not accidents. You accidentally are walking on a sidewalk that you're unfamiliar with, and you trip in a pebble in the road that you didn't know was there. That's an accident. Okay? You accidentally messed up a cake because you put in the wrong ingredients, or you mix something up because it's your first time making a cake and you've never done it before. That's an accident. In the day that we're living in, Delicious is here. Delicious, baby, I've been waiting on you. Delicious, call in. You know you treated Auntie like chopped liver. You were supposed to be here at 10:45. She said, gets the people. Okay, and listen, this is Delicious is getting ready to call in. I want to speak with her. Now, let me tell you, Delicious, before you call in, or I'm not sure if you've done some of these lives before. I want you to concentrate on here she is. Concentrate on our conversation. Okay, do not look at the comments. One moment. All right, we're bringing Delicious on. All right, I'm glad to have her. All right, Delicious. All right, Mama, how are you? Get on this camera, baby.
Hey, hold on.
Okay. And as I said before, listen, I know that there are some strong feelings that are in the room. I want everyone to be respectful, all right? As we're talking about this is a learning moment, and you know what we're about here. We're about making people stronger and better and helping situations. We don't throw people away here, all right? We may not excuse things, but we can explain things and have a conversation. So when she's here, I want everybody to be very honest in the comments. We're going to be having our conversation, but I want everyone to be respectful. All right, you can be passionate and all those things, but be respectful. Okay, I really believe in helping people. So this was my surprise I had for y'all. I didn't want to say anything because I just hit her up earlier today, and told her, like, baby, it ain't looking good, honey. You need to come on here and talk to Auntie so we can try to fix some of this shit. So she's here with us now. So I'm just waiting on her to come back. All right, there she is. How are you?
I'm good. Hold on, let me scoot back.
Come on with this soft glow and this wet look. You look good, mommy.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for doing this. I don't know if you know of me, but we've never talked before, but thank you.
Sorry. Okay, I'm good. We're here.
You with me
now?
now?
I've been here since 11:30. I was just waiting for you to be like, come on.
I didn't know.
Yes, I've been here. I promise you.
Brian, when I looked away for a second, the comments been going like crazy tonight. So anyway, so you good?
Yeah.
All right. So my reasoning for bringing you here is not to assist in the dragging or how social media can be. That's not the purpose of this. I want to have a conversation and just understand some things, because I saw the last episode and a lot of people, they're sounding off about it. They're very upset about it. But I want to talk to you woman to woman so we can get an understanding. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Talk to me first just about your background. I did some research on you, and I'm going to be honest with you. I saw some things that blew my mind, and that's why I'm interested in talking with you. Tell me about your background.
I mean, as far as to where I come from, what my life was like
I know what I've researched, but other people may not know. Just that you're of Mexican descent. All of that?
Sorry, what was that?
That you're Latina.
Yes, I am.
Right? Yeah. Just tell us.
Well, I'm originally from California.
Cali, okay.
I'm Latin. I should say I'm mainly Mexican. I'm mixed with other things, but I'm mainly Mexican.
Okay.
I grew up in California. Just to kind of give in a nutshell, I grew up in California. Before I was trans, I started doing drag when I was 14.
Yeah.
Before that, when I started doing drag, that's kind of where this came about. I was, really starting to find myself. But before that, I got in gangs when I was really young.
That's
very young age.
Yeah.
All my family was in gangs. I grew up, you know, just all around it, and that's kind of where some of this ties into some of my behavior on the show. But you know, I come from a different background than most people.
Yeah.
Especially being over here, I want to say, you know, over here, a lot of people, since I've been here for the 3 years, a lot of people like to chase fame and fortune.
Yes.
You know, for me, it was never about chasing fame and fortune, because I'm gonna be very, very blunt and honest in this interview.
Please, that's what I want.
I was asked to be on this show.
You said you were asked?
I was asked to be on this show. I knew when I made a cameo in the first season that I was going to be a cast member on the second season. I already knew it was done. But the thing is that, you know, for me, it's not about fame and fortune. I came onto this show to represent trans women in a positive light, which I kind of, you know, obviously that didn't go the way I hoped it would go. But, you know, for me, going back to the gang stuff, you know, it's about respect for me. I don't care about fame and fortune. I want respect, because with respect comes power.
Okay.
If you can have all the fame and all the fortune in the world, but if you do not have people that respect you, you don't have shit.
So what?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So give me what does respect mean for you to receive, and then what does respect mean for you to give?
You know, I don't want to say that, and I don't mean it as in a sense of I didn't disrespect everybody on this show, because I have. But, you know, respect meaning that, you know, respect isn't given. You have to earn that. And when I came out here, I earned my respect. And that's kind of why, you know, I'm going to kind of be all over the place, just kind of trying to tie it together.
This all be for me. You got it.
The thing about the show is that, you know, I came on to help the show and to bring trans women in a good light, because I'm going to be honest with you, I had a lot of fucking respect from a lot of people out here in Atlanta that I've built over the last 3 years. And that's why the only problems that I've really had was with the people on this show and when I came on here. You've never heard me getting in fights out in public and at clubs and stuff like that, and disrespecting people and using racial slurs and this and that, and like, it's never been that, like, because I don't carry myself like that. And I'm very disappointed with myself, but not only myself, with the show on how they made me look. Now, I will say I do, and I have taken a lot of accountability for some of the things that I've said. It's one word in particular that I've said on this show. But the thing about it is I want to make this very clear, and I have said it, and I'm going to continue to keep saying it. I am not a racist. I do not have racist ways. It was just a horrible, terrible mistake that I made saying what I said, and I never should have said that, whether if I knew or you know, or not, because the thing about it is I'm just, you know, I'm just going to go straight to the point here. You know, I truly did not know what that word means. And I've gotten a lot of backlash just for saying that. Oh, how do you not know? How do you not know? Well, you know what? I've actually taken it upon me. Beside Redrick, the you know, that was in the scene with me.
Yes.
He said he did not know what the term lynching means, that it had to do with slaves and all this. And besides that, I asked a bunch of other African-American people if you know what this means. And they're just like, oh, okay. Well, most of them was like, no. I think I got like one that said, yeah.
Hold on. Wait, let's hold for a second. I want to address some of that. You're back the line. Let me hit some of those things. So the one thing I want to start with is of you, you know Black culture. And like I said, I did some research on you, and you're familiar with Black culture. You, with even coming from Mexican culture, where the machismo and the toxic masculinity and all those, like, you understand that from your own culture. And so you're coming into Black culture understanding this as well too, because of your music and even your aesthetic things that you do. So I guess my first question is, how did you not know what the word meant? Because
I know. Okay, so I know what it meant. I did not know that it had to do with slavery and racism.
what did you think that it had to do with?
I knew that it meant to kill someone, to hang them, to take their head off or whatever. Because see, where I come from, we don't call it lynching. If you do want to refer to that, it's like you call it taking someone out. You put a hit on them. You put a lick on them.
So why didn't you say that? I think that's what I'm getting at, though. Delicious is why didn't you say that? Because lynching is very specific. So why didn't you? And let's just be honest. We're just not here to attack. I really want to understand. Why didn't you say?
I was told that it meant to kill someone, to hang them, or take their head off, and I was just like, oh, okay. We talk about that shit in California. What and the stuff that I used to do. So that's just kind of like I was like, oh, okay, like. I mean, I never should have used that word, and honestly, I shouldn't be referencing trying to take anybody's life,
right?
Because that was it was wrong. And my thing is that I just want some people to understand that just maybe I did not know, like, and that's truthfully coming from me, because I never would have said that if I knew that it had to tie with racism and slavery and all that. Now, it doesn't make it right that I said that.
Well, okay, so okay. So let's put a couple things together here. So for me, it wasn't just, this is why I'm saying that. For me, it wasn't just the word lynching. I think that was like the zenith, like, whoa, that came out. But I'm going to be honest with you, Delicious, because I studied the show. I'm a shit fixer. So I'm literally watching every week to see what's going on. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think why people are so ready to jump to the, she's a racist, is because we watched you call people peasants. And let me just say it before you respond, because I want you to respond fully. We watch you call people peasants. I'm not around this. When I think there were several times where Redrick was trying to kind of calm the waters. And I feel that there's a connection, because even though Redrick is more androgynous and you're trans, there's still that common connection of a misfit that you need to protect one another, which is why I felt that you felt safe going to Redrick. But I would have to say, as a viewer, I'm watching you every week call everyone peasants. Y'all are beneath me, this, that, or the other. And these are words that are synonymous with lynching. That there were people in America that felt that Black people were 3/5 of a person. We were peasants. We weren't even peasants had respect. We were considered animals. And so if you're this, do you see where that problem may be? Like, before we even get to your apology, I definitely believe that the response you got has done something to you where it's like, okay, I need to cool my jets. I need to reset. Some stuff is wrong. But before we get into making you feel stronger and better and getting everything together, do you really understand why everyone is so offended and so angry with you? Let's really unpack. Don't try to move past it. Can you sit in that for a minute?
I've been able to sit in it for many days now.
Okay.
I've heard from a lot of people, and the thing about it is I'm not closed-minded. I'm not, especially when it comes to African American people, because I am in this culture. I'm never not one to be like, I will listen, I will hear you, I will, you know what I'm saying? I will hear you out, especially when it comes to that. Now, I want to address, I can see how it kind of all ties in together and how people get this synopsis of me being a racist, but sorry, I had got a phone call.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so when I say peasant, my thing is that I don't like the way certain people carry themselves on this show.
Okay.
And that was very specific as to be, when you think that you're better than somebody, or you carry yourself like you're just holier than thou, and you're just more just grandeur and this and all of this stuff and this and that, and it's like, oh, CPK, whatever, I'm gonna do this and this and that. Like, when you act like you're better than people, you really are acting like a peasant. And to me, from what I know, and honestly, a peasant has nothing. You could be white, you could be whatever. And to me, it's like a lower class underneath. So if you're gonna act better than all of us, because it's not just me, act better. These people act better than all of us, and they've talked shit on all of us. So this isn't just anger coming from me. I'm angry for everyone. Like, how are you gonna sit here and treat all of us? There are 10 cast members here, and there's 2 or 3 of you that want to sit there and act like, oh, well, we're just, the things are the things, and this and that. And let's be honest, we all think that we're the shit. But when
Yeah.
you start to criticize people for how they make money, what they do, how they carry themselves, anything like that, it needs to be called out on. And if you're going to act better than other people, you're acting like a peasant and you're
Yeah.
acting lesser than. And that's
So,
really what I meant by saying peasant. I didn't mean anything to do with, you know,
and this is the
racism
thing.
and all that.
Okay, so let me address that. This is the thing. In that, I agree with you. I even when it kept brewing, I was like, okay, now I really don't think that she's saying it for that reason. I really think that it was, you know, like what you just.
Yes.
In my heart of hearts, I totally do. I think for me, what it was, I kept, like I said before, I kept seeing the crescendo, and I know that a lot of it. We have even people that are in the comments that are like, you know, oh, just leave, just walk. We have to. We have an opportunity here to actually have a culture talk. We're always talking about culture vultures and everything, and I think that there are people that do that. I think that there are other people that they are inspired by the culture. This is why, let me say it to you like this, Delicious. What one thing that offends Black people is that people come into our culture and we want to be so giving with the culture. We want to be so embracing and inclusive and just, yeah, it's a good time. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of soul that's there. But then as everybody says, everybody wants to be Black until it's time to be Black. So then when it comes down to certain things, we see the separation. But it's like, but wait a minute. We're making music. We're wearing outfits. We're using the same slang. We say sis. We say yas. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's going up. But then when it comes to what your words seem to crescendo towards, then it was like, that's why she's here. You see what I'm saying? So even though it's I don't believe that you're inherently racist, but what I do think needs addressing is, where did that come from up in you? And it's not to say that you are, I'm not trying to get you to own that part or anything like that, but just, can you answer why was that the response? And let me say this to your defense. The same way that I really want to have a conversation with Charlie about the transphobic remark he made to you. Because his defense is that, well, I have trans friends. And let me be honest. Let me be honest with both of y'all, okay? We have you saying that and I understand, but I got, let me cut it like it's gonna hurt a little bit. We got you saying I'm not a racist, but you say nigga all the time. And then we got Charlie saying I'm not transphobic, and then he's telling you to cut your stuff off. So it's kind of like we as people on the outside have a hard time trying to see you in your best light when you're doing the worst to try to communicate. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
You're trying to use the worst parts of the culture that we know that Black people get like, we ain't got to keep beating it up, but Black people get lynched and dragged and they've been tarred and beaten, and we know that. And on the flip side, as gay people, we know that all of our trans sisters, they're being slaughtered, literally slaughtered. So why would the two of you, and I want to ask Charlie this question too, and I hope he comes on brave like you to face the music. Why would you reach to the worst part of another person's pain to stab them with? But, and I mean that for him coming back at you too. Both of you are equally as wrong. So I guess that's what I'm asking you. I don't believe that you're racist, but what in you? I saw how you were even in the fight with the king. He was wrong. I want to address him too. If we're protecting our trans sisters, you don't lay hands on them. You all need us more than anything, and there's this constant contention between. You know what? This thing is going to cut us off. Delicious. Would you come right back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen, I don't want to get too deep. Let's go ahead and end this live. Delicious, give it about 5 minutes, I think. And everybody, please come right back into the room. I'm so glad to have Delicious with me so we can continue this conversation. We'll be right back. See you in 5 minutes, Delicious.
Okay.